Hey loves, you're welcome to another tutorial, and in this tutorial we'll be recreating this beautiful two-tone bubu dress with an organdy sleeve. So if it's something that you're interested in, please keep watching. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to my channel. Here I share sewing tutorials, sewing tips and hack. So let's go over to the tutorial.
So in today's tutorial, we have this is 3 yards of sky blue, this is a yard of royal blue, and this is 4 yards of organdy. Now, so we're going to set aside the organdy and we're going to cut with the sky blue, and this is the color we're going to infuse with the sky blue. So let's set these two aside to cut this. So basically what you need, you need the length of your dress. So if your length is 60 like we do, you measure your length by 4. So I'll measure it now. So to cut your bubu, basically what you are going to do to cut the bubu is you would get your paper like this. So this signifies your material. For this, I told you I got 3 yards, and in that 3 yards, I've calculated my length. So this is my length, and I went ahead to fold it like this and like this. So this is what we have here. So the total length is 65 times 2. That should be the length. We fold it like this. We give you 65, 65. We fold it like this, then turn it like this. So let's quickly draft. So for my length of my sleeve, as you can see, let me show you what I've done. This is the foot. You can see that it's longer. So I want my length to be 14 inches for my sleeve. And then I've gone ahead to like calculate 7.5, which is your shoulder divided by 2. If it's 7, it's 7.5. I've gone ahead to do it 7.5, and then the length of the sleeve. So for the neckline, you would measure, I'm using 3 inches. You measure 3 inches for the width. 3 inches for the width. Let me get another chalk. So 3 inches for the width, and then for the depth for the back, I'm using 1.5. So go ahead. This is the back cut. Now for the shoulder side, I just want to come down by 1 inch. Now this is shoulder divided by 2. This is it, and this is the sleeve. So I'm just coming down. So let me just slant it to meet it. Now for the front, sorry, this is the back. For the front, I'm coming down with a depth of 9 inches. So this is 9 inches, and then I'll come in, I'm coming by 1 inch. So it's like you're creating a V neckline, just like this. So we'll go ahead to cut this and also cut this. So this will be the front and this will be the back. So we'll just cut this first and keep the back. So we are done with the back. Now we're going to cut the front. So I'm still opening it like this. Now from the shoulder line, I'm sure of where I want my slope to start. Now from the shoulder line, I'm taking it down to about 16 inches. So from here, from the shoulder line here, I'm marking about 16 inches. and I'm going to mark 16 inches, and then because I want it to be slant, I'll come down to the end of this point, and then I'll mark. So I'll take, if 16 inches is here, I'm going to take about 20 inches here, and then I'm going to slant it from here down there. So this is the outside. Now we want to infuse yardage for the second one. So I will need to take about, this literally depends on you. So I'm taking about 25 inches from here. And I think the other side I have about 30 inches. So I'm taking, now we want to cut this. We're going to replicate this in blue fabric, but we're going to add 1 inch up, 1 inch down for the joining.
So I've gone ahead to use the biro blue, the 1 yard. I use the sky blue to cut on the biro blue, and then now I'm attaching the pattern. I'm attaching the fabric on the sky blue to make the sky blue the middle point.
So this is it. We have the blue, we have the navy blue, and the dark blue, and we have this. So I'll go ahead to like cut for this neckline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to machine to sew this, to sew everything down, and then also to sew the front and the back together. So that's what I'm going to be machine to do. So you can see that I've joined everything together. I've joined both sides, and I've joined the blue side, so you just weave it. So what we have now is here. So for this part, I'm going to make it two equal parts like this, and then I'll snatch it like this. So I'll have it like this. Now we'll start measuring. You measure down, down, round it. So now for this scrub neckline, you will have to open it. So I'm trying to like lay it flat. Yes, so you lay it flat like this, and then you measure from this end to the other end. You don't measure this width, just this end to the other end. So this is what I'm going to do. So what we have here is 24 inches. 4 inches. I'll be adding 10 inches to make it 34 inches. So I'll go and cut a straight line about 2 inch for the width and 34 inches for the length. So you have to iron SD, but I don't have light now, so I wouldn't iron SD. I just want to sew this directly. But you have to iron SD to give it a a like a weight, like a fitting. So this is 8. So start You see that notch part we do, we start sewing it. We sew it round. We go ahead to also sew this place round. You get, so that's what we are going to do.
So you will have this angle, that middle point that is left that we did not sew. So what you are going to do is that edge that you just finished sewing, we are going to just notch it so that it can relax. You're going to do it on both sides so that it can relax properly when you are sewing it. Now you go ahead to tuck your blue, you tuck the blue part into the cloth. As you can see what I'm doing, you will tuck it into the cloth so that it can relax and turn it behind. So basically what you are going to do is like you are joining the neck and the middle part, that middle part that we did not sew, but you're not joining it from the front, you're joining it behind, and you're crossing the blue part and you're joining it. So that's basically what the scrub neckline looks like. Now after relaxing it behind, you can tell that the front, you can see that it's already giving the scrub neckline, so you have to adjust it very well so you can properly relax like what you are saying. So you will cross it like what I've shown you, and then you see that middle point that you did not measure, you are going to sew it straight. So you are joining this, and you're joining the royal blue side and you're joining the sky blue side, and you're sewing it straight. Now you could see that the notch part is already cut out, so it will make it relax very well. So you go ahead to just sew it straight. Now we're working with the organdy. This is 4 years of organdy, and I folded it into 8 parts. Now if you don't want your organdy to be short, you are not going to cut it as the way I am cutting my own. You are going to cut it into 4. So for me, I folded it into 2, making it 4, into another 4 place, making it 8. Now so you can just cut your own into 4 totally if you want yours longer than what I have. So you will cut yours 4, and you're not going to cut yours the same length that I have here. So for my length, I did 2" for the cone, like for the measurement of the triangle. The first triangle was 2". For yours, you can do 2". And then for the major length, you can do, I did 5.5. You cannot do 8, you can do 10, you get, to make it longer. So for me, what I did was I did 5.5, another 5.5. That was where mine is short. But if you want yours to be longer than what I have, you're not going to do your own 5.5. 5.5 is very short. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut your own, let's say by 10, by 11, which is going to be wide. So I went ahead to increase it by 6 inches from that cone, not from the major side. So I increased it from the cone 6 inches, like from the 2 inches, and then I did another 6 inches, making it 12. So 6 up, 6 down. So you go ahead to start joining it. You will join each part. Now after cutting, everything will look like comb, but you have to slash it out. After slashing it out, you start joining it so that it can form the length at which you want to fix your, attach it to your butterfly dress. So you have to start joining it by the edge, each one by their edge, so that it can be long. Since it's already short, so you can make it longer. After joining it, this is what I have. You can see that I finished joining the down. So you see the scrub neckline is actually looking like a scrub neckline, and truly I like this color that I picked on another angle. I like the blue combination. So for the joining, I've not added the organdy, so I want to close it before I did the organdy. Now from this tip, from this part, the tip side of here, we're going to measure, from this edge here, you're going to measure 3-inch in for the joining, or you can take it like 4-inch in, depending on how loose and how free you want it. I think I will do 4-inch in. Also, mind you, if you want it to be perfect fit, if you want it to be your body shape, you have to take the exact measurement, so when you wear it, it's fitted on your body. But for me, I don't want it to be fit. I want it to be a bit free. So I'm going to take 6, because if I'm taking out 6, I'm literally removing 12, and here I already have 47 length plus another 47 behind it, making it 94. So if I'm taking out 16, I have 70. If I'm taking out 6, 24. So I'm taking out 6, 6, 12, 12, 24. If I'm taking out 24 from 90, I have 70 inches. So I'm literally going to just have like 17 inches, and my hip is 48, and that means I will have about 22 inches more for it to be like a bit free. So it's going to still be free. Also, for the starting point of the armhole, from this line you mark about 11 inches, which is going to be your opening for the armhole. So from 11 inches you will mark, and then you can take it and then you start sewing it down. So if you mark 11 inches here, after marking it, you mark the distance you want to keep. If it is 8 inches, if it is 7 inches, if it is 10 inches, and then you sew it straight down. So this is what the finished look. This is how it came out, and it looks so beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.